My name is Mark Crowley. I'm an associate professor at Wuhan University in central China. I spend about 10 hours a week in the classroom. The rest of the time then is divided between administration and also some research. And I do spend more time on my research than I do on administration, even though I've been landed with the portfolio of admissions tutor for the postgraduate students, which does, at certain times of the year, take you completely away from your research because it is very heavily, administrative orientated. But typically I would say maybe I work about 60 hours a week. The working day in a Chinese university is especially long. Classes can begin at 8 o'clock in the morning, and one of my classes next term will also finish at 9 o'clock in the night. One of the things that you find is that in China, if you want to progress to a higher level of position in a university, the requirement levels are certainly different there. It's judged completely in China by publications, and they do set a very, very ambitious target for every academic to produce 2 peer-reviewed journal articles per year, which is a huge task because it doesn't sound a lot, but when you consider the fact that journals, normally a very good quality journal, only has an acceptance rate of about 20%, you have to go through a lot of rejections before you even get one acceptance. They actually give you a performance-related bonus on top of your salary if you manage to achieve that. So, for example, if you manage to publish one of these articles, the bonus that they'll give you on top is about 10,000 Chinese RMB, which if you translate that back into pounds is about £1,000 bonus on top of your salary. It is down to you as an individual what you want. I mean, they do set that target of 2 publications of articles per year. However, it's important to note that if you fail to do that, you won't get fired or anything. So there are people who will say, well, I don't care about that target. There's not, nothing terrible is going to happen to me if I fail to achieve it. You could just feasibly say, I'm just going to do my teaching and that's it. But then if you do have an ambition to improve and to get a better job, it is quite demanding. And I think that the targets they do set, as ambitious and as pressurized as they are, do actually in the long term help you with your career development, because if you have that as something that you're trying to work towards, it's certainly a good working plan for you to build up your publications record. And I think for somebody who is like me, who's using China as this opportunity to build a platform to hopefully come back to the UK at some point in the future, it certainly does motivate me. When I went for my postdoctoral research fellowship, that was a little bit different. So if anybody did, for example, get a postdoctoral research fellowship from Britain to go to China, I think you'd need to be prepared for the fact that the nature of the fellowship is completely different in China for you as a foreigner than it would be if you remained here in the UK and did that sort of scheme. When I became a member of the history department at Wuhan in 2011, the head of department was very excited because what he said was, our students don't now have to go to the English department and do a credit in English writing. They can actually study history through the medium of English, and that will get them their English credit and also their history credit in one.